one of the things about these charlatans as well, often they will have really aggressive cult followings. So if you clip this, or if you like clip anything we've said, the chances of us actually getting some flack in the comments is pretty high. The fact that we're going against their claims and their whole like philosophy.
Well, keto and slimming world, they are
similar, is it?
They're full on cults. No, they are.
Are they?
Yeah, like that's why I stopped really doing nutrition stuff. It's wild.
Yeah.
People have, and like, see if you made a full day of eating video, people will comment on anything. Oh, you have white rice instead of brown.
Oatmeal and broccoli. That's a common one.
Why does oatmeal get so much hate? I don't get it.
This is Paul Salidino written all over it. Who's a medical doctor. A medical doctor is coming up again. He basically will pick an isolated compound within broccoli or within oatmeal. Broccoli, for example, he'll say that this causes low thyroid. Low thyroid is associated with weight gain. Therefore, if you eat broccoli, you're going to gain weight. But like, if you look at any research on broccoli, it's all great. Like, it's all completely sound. Who's
this
arguing?
Man, we took a study of 30 participants. They all ate broccoli and they survived.
Yeah, but oatmeal's the same. Like, but then again, he's pushing the carnivore diet.
I see you got courses on the carnivore diet.
Well, he was in business with Liver King, so like pushing the dietary supplement. Yeah, yeah, exactly. There you go.
What are these people at? I'm going to be pretty harsh here. See if you believe it. Got to be some like responsibility for that.
I have friends who buy into carnivore.
But you would look at them sometimes and go, something inside you wants to believe this stuff. Mate, my mum, her full life would have done anything but just try eat better and exercise. This is quite a funny story. She has so my mum's into like astrology, healing rocks, crystals, angel cards. She
what's her star sign?
I don't know. Doesn't drink tap water.
Oh, right. Fuck.
Do you know what's in your tap water? Uranium, found in this water in significant amounts. Uranium is a radioactive element. It's in this water. I wouldn't drink this.
She once gave me in trouble for sunbathing outside because there was a plane going past with stuff coming out the back of it, and she believed that those chemtrails were going to kill me. She now has like a little device that spins her water. Like, it's probably like what Gary Brecka's promoting, and she believes that once that water's charged, it's going to cure her. And I always ask, cure you of what though? And she's like, everything. And I'm like, what, your arthritis? And she's like, yep, my arthritis, my mental health. So there's some people that are so far in the rabbit hole, like, because these are conspiracy theories though, aren't they?
Yeah, 100%.
Like, these aren't actually like, oh, these are nutrition hacks, or like, oh, there might be some evidence to support these nutrition claims. They are just mental statements off of mental people working with the likes of, when people were like, don't know if the Liver King's on gear. Like, what are you talking about?
Stephen had Liver King on his podcast as well. Like,
is that still on YouTube?
I think he might. He's known for taking episodes down. It might be down.
It's like the most obvious scam of all time. Yeah, just eat raw liver. You eat raw test.
When you really get to know me, what I hope at the end of the day you say, your physique is the least impressive thing about you. That this is not what I'm about.
More plates, more dates. When he done that video on Liver King, like it was a full fucking stack of HGH and
yeah, it was mental. That guy was running the biggest stack ever invented.
Yeah, it's quite
a plethora of gear.
He was spending serious money on it as well, like thousands. But I thought his apology video was hilarious, where he started talking about like how he was doing it for the viewers.
But then people still believe the people that are associated with him.
What, like Salidino?
Aye.
Oh, he has a cult following.
If you could do, 1/10, or if you worked out 1/10 as hard as Liver King, then you could ask him this question. I've lived with you, I've spent time with you, and I've never seen anybody live the ancestral message as richly and deeply and truly as you do. But talk to us about, whether you use performance enhancing drugs or steroids or anything to get this physique.
The short answer is no. I don't touch the stuff. But here's the deal.
Come on, man. Gary Brecka spinning a bit of water and telling you that it's changing the components of the water. It's just mental.
Yeah, Gary's an interesting cat. I mean, he's the thing is, like, I listened to a bit of that podcast episode, and there's a lot of good things he was saying. It's just when he comes out with statements like that, you're like, wow, here we go. Like, you've really just tarnished every single aspect of everything you said prior to that. When you're talking about like how prayer influences the charge in water.
It takes 3 minutes to liquefy lean muscle.
I know I've got a bad. I haven't seen my mum in a year now, right?
No, I didn't know that, right?
But she paid about 300 quid for that spinny water thing. So I had a mate called Troy in Australia, and his grandpa right? Massive conspiracy theorist. I know his dad actually, but he was like in his 70s. He had like an old dad. He actually passed away, which is horrendous, right? We were having conversations. He was like, look what my dad sends me. The wording was exactly the way my mum speaks.
Right. Okay.
And I was like, mate, that's so weird. Like, that's the way my mum texts me, just like links to something, some conspiracy, and then being like, you need to watch out for this. My mum would send me stuff like that all the time. And then he showed me his Facebook. First thing that came up is his dad with a thing that spins water.
There's a common theme as well with a lot of people who buy into conspiracy theories is that they will always reject scientific literature. They'll say things like studies, and like, oh, I don't need to see any of that. Like, I've got my guru and all this.
I find a lot of the gurus that they follow often say this is what the research says.
Oh, and
then there's never, like, it's so easy to go, this is what the research says, and then they don't show you any.
And I recently just got called out for saying there's not randomized controlled trials in humans to say that broccoli is harmful. But here's my take. I actually don't think you need randomized controlled trials.
Quote some rodent piss or some in vitro crap, like something.
Or they take one sentence from one study that showed the opposite of what they're saying.
Yeah, I mean, like a screenshot of a scientific paper, it can be quite convincing, even if it is worthless.
Oh, that's all they need.
Yeah, that's all you need. That's all you need for a
one screenshot,
short form clip. Yeah.
One tiny bit. This is what the literature says, and then don't actually explain it, and then you can get away with
murder, lad.
At the end of the day, cheating doesn't scale.
Yes, I've done steroids.